Chairman McCain, members of the board, thank you for hearing me today. My name is Loretta Rowe, and I'm a resident of the Providence District. I'm speaking for Act for Climate, formerly the Climate Action Group of the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Fairfax, and from my experience as a licensed professional counselor specializing in anger and stress management. We ask that you pass this fee on single-use plastics not only for the welfare of the planet, but also for the mental and physical well-being of your constituents. You've heard and will hear many environmental and practical reasons for passing this fee. With respect for your time and energy, I'm going to rely on others to address the environmental issue in more depth, and I will talk briefly about the mental health impact. Passing this fee is a small yet important step forward. A 5-cent fee is a small step when many cities and countries are banning these bags altogether. At the same time, failure to pass this fee would be a colossal blow to the psychological well-being of your constituents. For example, for years, ACT has worked hard to reduce the volume of plastic in our waterways and landfills. For example, we collected the equivalent of over 100,000 plastic bags as part of the Trex recycling program, where bags are used to make outdoor decking and furniture. Volunteers who brought the bags to the grocery store each week faced discouragement and frustration. As fast as we were sending the bags to recycling, shoppers were streaming out of the store with carts full of groceries and plastic bags. Further, even though we were preventing these bags from ending up in landfills and waterways at the time, we were not resolving the problem. Recycling doesn't stop the plastic from ultimately clogging the planet. With these limited benefits and the continuing stream of plastic bags, our efforts often feel like bailing out a bathtub while the faucet is still fully open, running and overflowing the tub. A losing proposition. We need to turn off the faucet or at least slow the flow for the health of the planet and the mental health of humanity. In April 2021, Scientific American article reports that the American Psychiatric Association recognizes climate change as a, quote, growing threat to mental health, end quote, and states that, quote, the reality is that climate change is impacting everyone in the therapist's office. It's the background and increasingly the foreground of life on Earth. In other words, it's scaring all of us and especially our children. A June 2020 article by the American Psychiatric Association states that people who are concerned about the climate crisis, quote, live with an enormous burden of stress, so-called toxic knowledge, that contributes to overwhelming distress, especially when they are frequently confronted with public denial and disavowal, end quote. I could cite many more articles about the heavy toll, both physically and mentally, that eco-anxiety and eco-burnout take. But I think the message is clear. Concerned individuals and frightened children need to know that our leaders are willing to act to at least slow the contamination of our planet by toxic plastics. Failure to do so harms as much as the pollution itself. You have the ability to reassure your constituents that you do care and will act for the welfare of our planet by passing this ordinance now. Please do so. Thank you.